Welcome to the Administrator Configuration video. This video is the second in the Admin video series. In this video, we will teach you how to successfully provision features such as auto attendance, custom call routing groups, and also manage call services like calling plans and account or authorization codes. In addition, we will discuss sample applications to help you understand the power behind the administrator tasks throughout your managedIP portal. This is not a step-by-step instructional video. For detailed processing steps, refer to either your admin user guide on the support site or the contextual-based help within the portal. We recommend viewing the short web portal navigation video. In that video, you have learned how to log into your system, how the navigation works, and also the hierarchy of enterprise, group, department, and user, and how they work together to bring your company a powerful tool through managedIP. Let's begin configuring your managedIP service. Log in as an administrator. You will arrive at your enterprise level. To begin configuring your group, go to the Group pull-down menu, click on the group you would like to configure or manage. This will route you to the group level. Okay, now let's begin walking through the setup process. The Group Profile section shows you general information associated with your location, like group name and address. If you have multiple groups, be sure to give each one a unique name. Typically, each business location is its own unique group. Scrolling down to the Group Administrator section, as the Enterprise Administrator, you have global access to the entire enterprise. The administrator's contact name, phone, and email address are for your reference only. To add additional administrators, you can see the Administrator section in this video. You can assign a group administrator, allowing specific individuals to have administrator rights so they can manipulate settings for this unique group only. If you decide to assign an administrator, it is not done in this menu. Scrolling down to the group dialing plan allows you to set up location codes. Location codes come in handy if you have multiple locations where employees' last 4 digits may be the same as other employees. By assigning a location code, such as 55, the employee can dial 55 plus the extension to reach the correct party. If you have unique 3 or 4 digit extensions for your employees, this feature is not needed. To access password and passcode rules, in your left navigation bar, hover on Profile and click Password and Passcode Rules. This page is not an edit page. This is for reference only. It is important that your managedIP service is secure. TDS has established security rules to maintain the integrity of your system for both the web portal and the voice portal. If at any time you forget the specific rules, you can retrieve them here. With the managedIP system, you can assign administrative rights to a group or department level. Hovering back on Profile and selecting Administrators takes you to a page which allows you to display the list of group and department administrators. The ID name and the department appears for each administrator. From this page, you can click Add and complete the form to set up your administrators. To edit an existing administrator, select them from the pull-down menu. To delete an administrator, click Delete. You can also reset an administrator's password if it is forgotten. Assigning a group and department admin allows that person to support employees associated with those areas of your company. However, it limits their access in the system to only those specific groups and does not the complete enterprise. As a tip, if you are going to assign department-level admins, you will need to set up your departments first before choosing and creating the department admin. To learn more about departments, see that section in this video. Time schedules allow you to program services to act a special way during predefined times. You will set up time schedules for your group. Use time schedules, for example, to configure the business hours which you may use for services such as auto attendance. A sample time schedule is displayed here as an example. This will allow your auto attendant the ability to have a menu selection for business hours and a menu for all other hours. Time schedules can also be applied to services such as Call Notify and Priority Alert. You may use these services to enhance your custom call routing group. We set up an example of business hours and how we would like calls to be handled. From this page, you can also add a new time schedule or simply drag and drop to delete or edit an existing time schedule. For more information on auto attendant setup and custom call routing, please see those sections of this training video. Holiday schedules are similar to time schedules, allowing you to specify certain days that are not business working days for your location. Use this page to list all the holiday schedules in the group. You can enter the holiday schedule your company has for the year. Then, on a service such as an auto attendant, you can select this time schedule, which will allow it to automatically invoke an after-hours recording on these specific days. From the holiday schedule page, you can also add, edit, or delete time schedules. Departments allow you to set up a subset of users that can be assigned special features. Some of the department functions allow special department directories, customize music on hold, department administrators, and special call restriction plans by department, such as blocking international calling. To add a department, click Add and enter in the name. If the department you are creating is a subdepartment, select the parent department using the pull-down menu. Finish by clicking Save. You can also associate a user with the department by navigating to the user's profile page and using the pull-down menu next to departments. In addition, you can assign department admins, allowing them admin functions only for a department, such as passcode resets, ability to view department users, and make changes to their accounts. We discussed setting up admins in a prior section of this video. Setting up the users of your group is the next step to getting your service configured. Hover on the Users option and click Profile. This will provide you with a list of all assigned telephone numbers to the group. It is much easier for you to relate to a person's name than a number, so you will want to assign a first and last name to each number. Select the number from the drop-down list. This will route you to the user's profile. Update the first and last name along with the calling line ID, which will be used for internal calls, and click Save. The user can complete the additional information on this page. To continue this process, click on the User pull-down menu located at the top of your screen. Select the next number you wish to update their first and last name. Continue this process until you have assigned all your employees to the correct telephone numbers. To route back to the group level, you will click on the group hyperlink at the top of the page. Routing back to the user level, hover on Users and click Services. From the drop-down, select the user you want to configure. You are not required to do any initial setup in this screen, as the user will perform this task on their own. However, this is a great way to help a user in the future if they are having issues with their system. You can quickly route here to see how their services are configured. You will also use this function when you hire a new employee or need to reset a user account after an employee has left the company. You will want to go into this screen and delete any special configuration. Also, if an employee leaves the company, you will want to route back to the profile and update the user information and reset the password for the new user. After you have established your users, we are going to route back to the group level. The resources in your left navigation bar will provide you, as the administrator, with account information. The service authorizations provide you with the number of package type your company has purchased and the group services available on the account. The number options simply provide you with the number block your company has been assigned. One of the most commonly used services in a business environment is the automated attendant. Using this service provides your company with automated incoming call services like business and after-hours greetings, dial-by-name directories, and destination-based call routing. It also provides your customers with direct access to employees and announcements. Hover on Group Services and click Auto Attendant. All of the auto attendants assigned to your business will be displayed in the pull-down list. Choose the auto attendant you wish to edit. You will be routed to a profile page where you can assign a name, for example, Main AA. We recommend you keep the auto attendant name short, as it will be displayed on caller ID name fields once the call is transferred. If using the Departments layer, select the department. The time zone field will be populated with the correct information by TDS. The Business Hours option allows you to have one menu choice all day, every day, or if you would like a customer greeting during business hours versus after hours, choose a time schedule that you have set up representing the business hours time schedule. You can also select a holiday time schedule to invoke the after hours greeting and IVR menus for those holiday days. If you have not created time schedules for business hours and holidays, please see those sections in this video. The extension and name dialing scope should default to Enterprise. If you want to limit callers' options to a specific group or department, select the correct toggle. Lastly, decide how you would like callers to be able to enter in names for the dial by name directory. The Business Hours option will let you set the active greeting and configure the interactive voice response or IVR menu for your auto attendant during business hours. If you leave everything set to default, when customers call, they will hear a system greeting telling them their call is being answered by an automated attendant, and they will be presented the following IVR options. Press 0 for an operator, press 1 to enter in the party's extensions, or press 2 for a dial by name directory. To use this configuration, simply enter in the extensions or telephone numbers of your receptionist in the phone number field to the right of the 0 key and description. If you would like to customize your auto attendant, first begin by deciding what the IVR routing functions will be, and then populate the IVR menu. Type in description, use the pull-down list for action, and then enter in extension or telephone numbers as required. For example, we have set up 1 for sales department, 2 for technical support, 0 for the operator, 9 for dial by name directory, and star to repeat the menu. Next, you will write out a script based on these settings. For example, thank you for calling ABC Company, your leader in alphabet technology. If you know your party's extension, you may enter it at any time. To speak with sales, press 1. For technical support, press 2. To access our dial by name directory, press 9. For all other calls, press 0 for an operator. If you need your menu to be repeated, please press star. With the auto attendant options, you can transfer callers to a person's direct extension, a custom call routing group, or another auto attendant, often referred to as a nested auto attendant. When selecting the transfer with prompt action, callers will hear a system message stating the extension and telephone number they are being transferred to. Whereas when the transfer without prompt is selected, the internal caller will start hearing the ring immediately. If you opted to have a business hours greeting that is different from your after hours greeting, you will take the next step by selecting your after hours IVR options. The after hours greeting and IVR menu will be active for all days and times outside of your business hours time schedule, in addition to any days that occur on holidays. Configuration is the same as the business hours, so when you have completed the configuration, click Save. You are now ready to start recording your greeting. Please refer to your Administrator User Guide for step-by-step instructions on how to record your business and after-hour menu options. The Group Call Park feature allows a user to hold or suspend a call for an extended period of time, similar to Call Park. However, with Group Call Park, a group of users is established and assigned to a Call Park group by the administrator. When any user in that group parks a call using the Group Call Park feature access code of #58, the system will automatically find an available user to park the call against, searching the Group Call Park list. In the sequence, the users are entered. In a busy parking environment, this avoids the need to search for an available user to park a call against, since only a single call may be parked against any user at a given time. If the administrator enables the option Enable Park Destination Announcement, then a member of the Call Park group parking the call will hear a system announcement stating the call is parked against and give the extension. In addition, The phone's display will show the caller ID, name and number for the line the call was parked on. And this display will show for the period of time you enter in the display timer. The display timer drop-down sets how long the display will show on your caller ID. Call pickup services allow users to answer a call that is ringing at another extension within their call pickup group. If one or more phones within the group is ringing, the phone that has been ringing the longest is the one that gets picked up first. Once a call is picked up from another extension, the extension that was ringing is free to receive other calls. The users can find the feature access code in their web portal under Utilities. As the administrator, you determine who is part of the call pickup group and allowed to use this feature. As the administrator, you can also set up multiple call pickup groups. The emergency zone option allows you to populate an email, so anytime a 911 call is placed, an email is sent to this address. It will provide the extension, number, and person, along with the time the call is placed. This is a great application for a large user site, which will assist the facilities group on the actual location of the emergency. However, you should not use this as your only notification, as sometimes emails will be delayed. Custom call routing provides you with a very powerful business tool. You may be used to this function as traditional hunting. The managedIP service takes standard hunting to a completely different level. Call routing provides a way to route calls to a group of selected users via an auto attendant or direct inward dial number. For example, your option 1 in the automated attendants could route to a custom call routing group, which would hunt to a technical service team. You would then record in your greeting, "For technical support, press 1. Further, you could set up after hours option on your technical support custom call routing group, which will automatically route calls to a person on call, or an after hours call center which takes the calls for you. You do this by setting up time schedules and selective call forwarding. We will cover this further in the video. All custom call routing groups assigned to your business will be displayed in the pull-down menu. Begin by assigning the routing group a name. For example, Sales CCR. The calling line ID and last name fields will be displayed to called parties when receiving calls from the custom call routing group. Remember, keeping it short is the best practice. If using the departments layer, select the department. The time zone fields will be populated for you with the correct information. If you would like to allow agents to answer more than one call at a time, check the box next to Allow Call Waiting on Agents. To provide the best response time, we do not recommend this option. Next, we can configure the group routing policy. You can route calls to agents using 5 different routing policies: circular, regular, simultaneous, uniform, and weighted call distribution. The circular policy routes incoming calls through agents in the order they appear in the list, starting with the agent following the last agent to receive a call. So, in the list, if Matt was the last agent to receive a call, the next incoming call would go to Mark. When the search reaches the end of the list, it starts at the top and continues until it has tried all agents. Circular hunt groups work great in most applications. The regular policy routes incoming calls through agents in the order they appear in the list, starting from the top each time. This type of hunt policy is great for overflow call routing. For example, if Matt, Mark, and Tim are the primary telephone sales representatives that receive the overflow from a sales group routed from an automated attendant, you would put Matt, Mark, and Tim in the first, second, and third slots. If all 3 are on the telephone and you do not want to route the 4th or 5th caller to voicemail, you can assign backup sales representatives such as Sarah to the 4th or 5th slots. This person would only receive calls if the primary sales representatives are currently in a call. The simultaneous policy routes incoming calls to all agents at the same time. The first agent to answer will handle the call. This policy is great for a small company with 2 to 5 office workers who do not have an auto attendant or a live receptionist to handle incoming calls from the main telephone number. For example, You can enter your company's main phone number as the pilot number for the custom call routing group, with all office workers listed as agents in the group. Anytime there's an incoming call to the main office telephone number, all phones will ring and anyone can answer the inbound call. The uniform policy routes incoming calls to all agents in order, starting with the agent who has been idle the longest and ending with the agent who most recently answered a call. This policy is great for ensuring proportionate inbound call routing in sales, customer service, and technical support environments. The weighted call distribution policy routes incoming calls to idle agents based on the percent you assign to them in the profile page. By default, users are assigned percentages that will distribute incoming calls evenly, so you will need to modify the entries accordingly. For example, if the 3 agents in the call routing group are technical support and you want the agent with the most experience and knowledge to have the highest percentage of incoming calls, you would set their percentage the highest. Conversely, if the majority of incoming support calls are general and rudimentary, you can assign your guru the lowest percentage and have your general agents transfer more technical calls to him as needed. For detailed steps on setting up this feature, refer to your administrator user guide. The no answer settings determine the amount of time to alert each agent. In addition to overflow routing options in the event that no agent answers the call. The skip to a next agent option lets you specify the number of rings that the custom call routing group will alert each agent before proceeding in the group policy. Using the forward call option prevents callers from spending long durations listening to a ringback, especially in large call routing groups, and can also forward callers to the company's receptionist or a voicemail box. If enabled, you will need to specify the time in seconds and also the call forward destination. As a general rule of thumb, the standing ring cadence is 2 seconds of ringing followed by 4 seconds of silence. So in our example configuration displayed on your screen, we are using the uniform policy with 3 agents, trying each agent for 3 rings. Based on these settings, we would want to set our call forward timer in seconds to 54, and here's why. If the system tried each member of the group, by the time it finished with the 3rd agent, approximately 54 seconds would have elapsed. You can now enter in the call forward destination. Keep in mind that if you do not subscribe to a voicemail box specifically for your group, you will have to use an individual's voicemail box extension. Typically, we will want to have the caller leave a voicemail in one of the group agent's mailbox, which will require using a different transfer to voicemail feature access code to prevent a call routing loop. To use the direct transfer to voicemail feature, simply enter in *55 preceding the selected user's extension. Now, if no agents pick up within 54 seconds, they will be transferred directly to the specified agent's voicemail box. The last step on the general setup of your call routing group is to assign agents to the group. Quickly locate the desired agents by searching for a group, department, or name. The search results will be populated in the available users list to your left. You can select a user by highlighting their name and then clicking Add. If you choose the regular routing policy, be sure to add your agents in the order you wish them to take calls. To take your call routing groups to the next level and enhance the ability to serve your incoming calls, you can assign additional routing and alert features to the custom call routing groups by going to your left navigation bar and selecting Calling Features, All Services. Here you can assign additional features to your call routing number. Some of these features include Call Forward Busy, Call Forward Selective, and Priority Alert. Call Forward Busy is important to program, so if agents are on a call in their call routing group, your calls are routed to an alternative location. Call Forward Selective allows you to assign a time schedule to the call routing group. For example, route calls directly to an auto attendant for after-hours calls, or set up time schedules for on-call technical support that automatically forwards calls to someone's cell phone at specific times. Priority Alert allows you to create a distinctive ring for calls coming from the custom call routing group, so employees can differentiate between DID and the custom call routing group calls. This is a great feature, so agents know when they are getting a call from the call routing group. We recommend using this feature. For detailed instructions on setting up these enhanced call routing features, please refer to your administrator user guide. Music on hold is at the group level and can be accessed by clicking Group Services, Music on Hold. Music on Hold provides your callers with an audio recording during call hold and call park. By default, a pre-configured music selection will be played to callers, but you can also upload your own music file or record a marketing or sales announcement that can be uploaded to the system. To personalize your company's music on hold settings or to upload a new file, simply click Custom and insert your custom music or message in WAV format. Please refer to the Record Greetings section in your user guide for complete instructions. To further enhance your music on hold messaging, you can customize the WAV file by department by selecting from the pull-down menu and uploading the file for a specific department. You may select the use of either account codes or authorization codes for outgoing calls with your managed IP group. Account codes are non-validated codes that are entered by a user prior to placing a call. The system ensures that codes provided by users contain the required number of digits, but they do not validate the codes entered. You may mandate that a user always enters an account code prior to placing a call by moving them to the mandatory usage field. Or you may make this optional, requiring the user to dial a feature access code prior to placing a call. Authorization codes are validated codes which are required prior to placing a call. Calls are not connected unless a validated code is entered. These mandatory codes are defined as a specific length between 2 and 14 digits and have a specific value defined by you, the administrator, by using the Codes Management section. With the use of both account codes or authorization codes, your business will receive a detailed monthly report, sorting your calls by account or authorization codes. In addition, if you subscribe to Enhanced Call Detail Reporting, your reports will provide the account code entered by the users. Although this feature may be used for both local and toll calls, your monthly report, which will be mailed to your business, will only include the details for toll calls. The next feature we are going to cover is calling plans. Incoming and outgoing calling plans enable you to allow or block specific call types being received by or placed by members in your group. Some of these call types are collect, international, operator assisted, and 900 numbers. In addition to the originating calls, the calling plans also allow control over allowing call forwarding or transferring within the group. In order to program specific calling plan policies for incoming and outgoing calling, you may want to set up some predefined information, such as required authorization codes, special digit strings, or numbers that you want specific call types to transfer to. If more details are required when allowing or blocking calls, digit strings provide an easy solution. Digit strings filter incoming and outgoing calls based on exact digit string patterns, like a 10-digit phone number. You provide a name and enter in the digits exactly as they would be dialed or received. For example, if we wanted to block out all outgoing calls to the local competitor, we would enter in the 7-digit phone number as the digit string. For long-distance numbers, enter in 1, the area code, and the 7-digit phone number. Since we want to block outgoing calls to this party, scroll down to the outgoing calling plan option. Find your digit string and select N to not allow. Now, anytime a user in the group attempts to dial that number, they will hear a treatment message stating that they are unable to make that call and to contact their system administrator for assistance. If you want the digit string to be applied to incoming calls, find the digit string under the incoming calls area and uncheck the box. As a user tip, You can also use the star character as a wildcard. For example, to allow or block all calls from the area code 847, just enter in 847 star and apply the appropriate incoming or outgoing calling plans. You can also use the transfer numbers feature located under the calling plan options menu for a particular call type. This will automatically transfer a call to a specific location when that call type is dialed. For example, if you would like to have the receptionist authorize and complete all international calls, enter the receptionist extension in Transfer 1. Then, in the outgoing calls section below, select T1 from the pull-down menu in the outgoing international option. Now, when anyone dials an international call, they will be redirected to the receptionist, who can authorize and complete the call for them. Incoming calling plans enable you to allow or block certain types of incoming calls. By default, all calls are allowed, and we recommend that you do not make any changes. However, if you wish to restrict calls for a specific rule, uncheck the box and click Save. The outgoing calling plan provides an efficient way to manage the types of calls that can be made by all users within the group. Most of the call types are self-explanatory, but others, such as Special Service 1 and 2, Premium Services 1 and 2, and Casual Dialing may not be familiar to you. Special Service 1 refers to calls to 700 numbers, which may or may not be chargeable. Special Service 2 is currently not in use. Premium Service 1 and 2 refer to chargeable calls to 900 and 976 numbers respectively. Lastly, Casual Dialing refers to dialing 1010 XXX numbers to make long-distance calls. For example, 1010 456. Just use the pull-down menu to allow, block, require an authorization code, or transfer to one of your 3 transfer numbers for the specific call type. There is a legend at the bottom to assist you in selecting the right code. While these settings will affect all users in your group, individual user calling plans may be modified at the user level. For example, if you have restricted international calls at the group level, you can give access to the CEO by navigating to that user. Mark Allen is our CEO in this example. By clicking on him, or hovering on calling features, and selecting all services, and then scrolling down to call plans, click Edit, and click on the custom box. Once the custom box is selected, you can scroll down to your outgoing calling plans, and here you can overwrite your group settings. We will override our group setting to allow international calling and not have it transferred to the receptionist. Shared call appearances allow users to have their numbers register and appear on multiple devices at the same time. It is one of the most commonly used features in an executive administrator configuration, and users with multiple devices often use shared call appearances as well. In an executive admin role, the admin can screen incoming calls and place outgoing calls for the executive directly from their own telephone. Adding a shared call appearance is done at the user level, so begin by choosing your user whose phone number you want to share from your user pull-down menu. For this example, we are going to place Matt Smith's number, our executive, on his administrator's phone. So we will select Matt Smith from the list, then click on Calling Features, All Services, and scroll down to Call Control, Shared Call Appearances, and click Edit. Once on this screen, click Add, and using the pull-down menu, select the MAC address of the device to which the number will appear under the Identify Device profile name. In this example, it would be the admin's MAC address to her IP phone. Please keep in mind that the phone you want to place the appearance on must support at least 2 lines and have 1 line available. Please refer to your administrator user guide for complete step-by-step instructions. Most of the utility menu selections are view only or are set to default for the best recommended solution. The policies provide you a view of the group and web call processing policies for your group. Group CLID, or Group Caller ID, enables you to configure the name and/or number of the group to display on the caller ID for outgoing calls instead of the user who placed the call. This group number may be selected from a list of your DIDs. You can also order alternative caller ID to be assigned to individual lines through your TDS sales representative. This information will override your group caller ID. The inventory report generate and email a report on the resources used within your group. The enterprise directory provides you a view of all users in your enterprise along with quick links to print or download a PDF to pass out to your users. Custom contact directories allows you to create a custom contact directory with a subset of members from your group or enterprise. The common phone list allows you to store a list of commonly called numbers for your group so they can be quickly dialed by using your user's CommPilot Call Manager. You can quickly add to this list by importing a phone list from a CSV file. Feature access codes provide you a list of all the feature access codes available in the web portal. Disaster Redirect is linked to the user level feature Call Forward Not Reachable. This service is a group level view of the user's redirect numbers, allowing the group administrator to modify the service on behalf of the user. In the event of a phone registration failure or power outage or circuit failure, the group administrator can use this access to modify the forwarding number. All calls will be forwarded to this number in the event of an emergency. This concludes the multimedia training video on managedIP. There is a lot of power behind this tool. You may only use a few features, but understanding the capabilities will possibly help you find enhancements to manage your business, increase your customer service levels, and improve your employee communications. You can get additional resources via the managedIP support page. For step-by-step instructions, please refer to the Administrator User Guide. We hope that you enjoy your managedIP solution.